Assalamualaikum and a very good evening to our beloved lecturer and friends. We are from Group 4 for Power System Fundamental course. Um, Today we are gonna discuss about protection scheme, which can be specific by high voltage circuit breaker. So this is our poster for our project, and then for the introduction, is a circuit breaker is an electrical safety device that protects an electrical circuit from harm caused by an overcurrent or short circuit. Its primary role is to block current flow in order to protect equipment and avoid the risk of fire. A circuit breaker, unlike a fuse, can be reset by manually or automatically to restart normal operation. High voltage circuit High voltage circuit breakers protect and control electrical power transmission networks. According to a current definition by the International Electrotechnical Commission, high voltage is commonly regarded as being 72.5 kV or greater in power transmission activities, which is known as IEC. High voltage circuit breakers are almost always solenoid powered with current sensing protection relays powered by current transformers. The protective relay designed in substations can be sophisticated, protecting equipment and buses from many sorts of overload or ground earth fault. High voltage circuit breakers are classified generically based on the medium employed to extinguish the arc. So this is the examples, which is bulk oil, minimum oil, air blast, vacuum, SF6, and CO2 high voltage circuit breakers. Now I'm moving on to our next group members. Thank you.
Okay, for the history, I'm gonna continue with the history. My name is Nur Azil Hamid Nazmi. Okay, in 1879, Thomas Edison had the idea for a circuit breaker, sketched many models in his scientific journals, and patented the invention the same year when the circulating electrical current exceed level deemed seem harmful for its system. A circuit breaker disconnect the circuit tree by opening a contact. Circuit breakers are still used in all electrical systems today, more than 120 years after they were designed. With the installation of light in major cities, Edison learned that short circuit that increase the current to extremely high levels may harm and kill the filament of the bulbs. He considered a few alternatives to this. The first employed fuses with wires that would self-destruct in the event of a high current surge. The second approach incorporated a mechanical mechanism that would spring open when the current became very high. Contact could be manually restored. Edison ultimately decided to utilize fuse. Okay, for the basic theory, I'll give it to Norikwan.
Norikwan? Norikwan?
What?
One? Hello? One? Oh, wow. One, hello, hello, hello. Alah.
Okay, now we will go through the basic theory of the high voltage circuit. So, high voltage circuit breakers, including intermediate voltage breakers, are used on circuits with voltage ratings greater than 600 volts. So, standard voltage specification for these circuit breakers range from 4160 to 765,000 volts with three-phase interrupting rates ranging from 50,000 to 50 million kVA. Oil circuit breakers were the majority of high voltage circuit breakers in the early stage of electrical system development. However, magnetic and compressed air circuit breakers have been created and are currently in use. Okay, and then at 13,800 volts, the magnetic air circuit breaker is rated up to 750,000 kVA using magnetic blowout coils. This type of circuit breaker interrupts the flow of air between two detachable contacts. During a fault state, the arc is dragged out horizontally and transmitted to a series of arcing contacts as the current carrying contact split. At the same time, the blowout coil creates a magnetic field that draws the arc upward into the arc tubes. The arc splits upward into the arc tube where it is extended and fragmented into many small segments, aided by the blowout coil's magnetic field and thermal process, except that they are entirely electrical controlled. The architecture of this type of circuit breaker is identical to that of a big air circuit breaker used for low voltage application. Compressed air circuit breaker, also known as air blast circuit breakers, use a stream of compressed air directed toward the breaker's detachable contacts to interrupt the arc formed when the breaker is opened. Air blast circuit breakers with standard rating up to 765,000 volts have recently been designed for use in exceptionally high voltage application. Oil circuit breakers (OCB) are circuit breakers with oil immersed contacts. The current interruption occurs in oil, which cools the arc and so quenches it. Small oil circuit breaker have their poles in the same oil tank, whereas huge high voltage circuit breakers have each pole in its own oil tank. Normally, the oil tanks in oil circuit breakers are sealed. Porcelain porcelain bushing are used to make electrical connection between the contacts and external circuits. Then we go to Reza.
Okay, for the current technology, as an exalting gas and arc extinguishing medium, SFC is used in high voltage switchgear for current and future transmission system. Although it does not contribute to ozone depletion, SFC is regarded as one of the most potent greenhouse gases. If the gas is only utilized for insulation, it might be combined with nitrogen and SFC, and two combination of two 20-80% possess 70 to 80% of the exciting qualities of the pure SF6. However, SFC is proven to be unique in its ability to extinguish the electric arc in the high voltage circuit breaker during current interruption. As a result of extensive research and throughout investigation conducted around the world, it was determined by that there is no substitute for SF. For future technology, as an exciting gas and arc extinguishing medium, SFC is used in high voltage switchgear for current and future electric transportation. In marine, Vessel, for example, the solid state circuit breaker will allow system to be keep up and running with the little interruption because it's possible to disconnect just a faulty zone while keeping the rest of the electrical distribution using running. The rest of electrical distribution system running. Complete system shutdown will be a things of past. Battery storage solution. In the event of a fault, the solid state circuit breaker disconnect only the faulty zone, preventing all of the rack fast of blowing up and causing the entire system to shut down. As a result, plant uptime is increased while revenue loss are reduced. Okay, to the conclusion.
Okay, so as a conclusion, based on the project, we managed to know that power grids of high voltage circuit breakers are crucial component. And then the functionality of the power system is severely impacted when a high voltage circuit breaker fails. The crucial component of a circuit breaker is its functioning mechanism, and then the primary factor affecting circuit breakers dependability is a mechanical operating system problem. According to GIDRA, aka International Council on Large Electric System, which is assessment on the dependability and mode of failure for high voltage circuit breakers, operating mechanisms are responsible for more than 40% of failures. Therefore, before a serious issue arises, it is practically important to determine the mechanical state of high voltage circuit breakers. That's all from us. Thank you for our presentation.